Okay, the time has come. The time has come to build the cab for the square body for SEMA. Oh, son of a. So, we got the Pro Spot here. We got the cab floor going on. We already got the brace for the rear section that bolts to the frame. We got that welded in. And then we got the kick panels. We got those welded in. Those are a little pain to get fitted just right. We end up putting the door surrounds in, the roof skin on, and the firewall, all to figure out where we want that kick panel to be. So it's a little bit of a pain, but we got them in, and now we're ready to move on to the next piece, which is the firewall. So we strip back all these sections that is going to mount up to the floor and the kick panels, because we're going to end up using a structural adhesive, a impact resistant structural adhesive, part number 07333. Kind of expensive, but it's a good product. It adds a little bit of a corrosion resistance, and it helps hold the panels together. So you get the kick-ass spot weld, but also you get the glue as well. So it's like double held on. So even better than factory. What are y'all whispering about in here? Daryl, what's going on?
I didn't want to be too loud.
I didn't want to be too loud. Didn't want to be too loud. Okay, be quiet. Quiet.
To start brushing her.
You gluing this thing up?
I'm just going crazy with the freestyle kind of flow on it.
You signing your name in
The
there?
ziggy zaggy,
Yeah.
jet laggy.
Ziggy zaggy, jet laggy. So let me get this. Let me get this glue put on there. Oh yeah.
Does that look like enough? Or I mean, not too much.
Looks like the perfect amount, I would say. It's Picasso. I love it. Oh.
All right, now that we got the firewall welded on, we're about to attach the door surrounds on either side. So what Rockford did is he marked this with the paint pen so that I can come in with the whiz wheel and grind off some of the stuff to bare metal, and then we can get ready to do more panel bonding. Then once we got our panel bond material spread on it, just like we did last time, brush it on real smooth and get rid of the excess. Then we're gonna come through, clamp everything together, and start welding with our Pro Spot welder.
Hey. What?
I don't know what you want from me.
You can't be funny all the time.
I can't be funny all the time, because then I start messing stuff up. This is game face.
This is face game.
I'm about to get with this whizzing stuff, serious business.
All right, show me the whizzing. Holy moly. Now, we have got the door surround glued up and brushed out. And we got the actual door surround itself all brushed, ready to go. Thank you, Max. Just all little touches up. Yeah, I've got to touch up all this little stuff. Get that a little bit. So, all the way around, we're going to take those panels and we're going to put them on, and then we're also going to mock up two other panels. We're going to mock up the cowl, and then we're also going to mock up the roof skin just to hold those door surrounds in place, so we know they're in the proper spot. And then we're going to run around, get everything spot welded, and yeah, it's coming together piece by piece. It's like a Lego set. What do you think? like
I think
Picasso.
you're right.
It's like Picasso over here.
I think it's gonna be fantastic. Just jam up.
Just
Jam up.
Just jam up.
Just great.
So now the floor is in, the braces are in, the door surrounds are in, and it's the next day, so we let the glue dry. So everything that we glued is now dry. It's ready to move on to the next pieces. The next pieces are the upper cowl, lower cowl sections, and then these inner braces that go in the A-pillars up in here. We've not really been welding anything on this side. You can see we've welded all the way around, but we didn't weld here. And I'm not gonna weld any of these or any of this section because all this is gonna eventually get cut out because we're doing our own firewall panel. So we've already got, you know, since we've done a couple of square bodies, we have templates made of these. So we got 2 templates that I've made. We have this one that is just the layout of it. And then we have this one that fits right on top that lays out our bead roll. I used this one, threw it down on some sheet metal, marked it out, rough cut it with a shear, and then finished it off with a Beverly. And so now I'll come in, lay this one out. It fits right over the top of it. Mark my bead rolls, then we'll go over, bead roll it, and then that panel is done, ready to go in. So now we got the upper cowl in, the lower cowls in, and we got the flange, this little ugly flange right there. We got that, you know, Max, show us.
Got that nice and flush. Got that guy
Yeah,
cut off.
yeah, we got that guy cut off, and now it's nice and flush. It looks good. Rounded that off. We got the firewall panel that we made. Bead rolled it, and I always make it just a little bit bigger. So I clear coated it up, got it all in place, and then marked how much I wanted to cut off, pulled it off, trimmed all the excess off, and then now we set it back on, back to where it was clear-coated, and then we make a little scribe mark all the way around. So then when we pull it back off, we know what to cut out, and then we'll put it back in, and then we'll have a perfect little gap to weld up and then planish out. And then over in the door opening right here, we got the back panel partly welded on, and we went ahead and used a structural adhesive as like a seam sealer. So on that back section, but
Yeah,
all
y'all
that.
might not have seen much of what was going on,
Yeah,
but we did a
we
lot of
did.
prepping on both sides of the panels
Well, I
that
don't.
we put on and spot welded them. And then just like earlier, we had to go in and touch up a few spots, I guess, that were
that we
No.
forgot to get. Yeah.
not working too well, so we had to actually plug weld those. But we left
Oh yeah.
some
yeah.
sections untouched so that when we get the doors on, we can get everything fit and flush how we like it before we start actually getting the rest of it put together.
So that's where we left off. It's late. It's late tonight. We got butter cookies though. We got butter cookies. But you know, this is where we left off.
It's just a mess.
It's a mess. So what's next, Max? What's next? Roof skin, inner panels,
Yeah, all that.
all that.
Et cetera,
TIG weld the panel in.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting brazy with it.
Yeah.
He's a brazen lad.
Well, we're not brazing this,
Oh,
but we're brazing this
yeah,
this seam all the way around
all that's getting brazed.
because we don't want to see none of that mess. We want it all to be nice and smooth.
And we're gonna grind all this nasty stuff off. You can see
Yeah,
where the adhesive set up and where it caught fire from the welds and burnt on there. We're gonna get that all cleaned up before we bodywork everything, right?
We promise we'll clean it up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look nice.
We promise we'll clean it up.
There's stages to this thing.
Yeah. So there it is. There's for the night. Locking in for the night. We'll see you all tomorrow. All right. So the firewall panel is, you know, we scribed everything, so now we trimmed it out. So now it fits in there real good. We put some weld through primer on the areas that need weld through, and all this we can still access from the inside of the car. So there's no reason to do anything to that. And then we got our glue in this section. We left a little bit of the firewall. We just left a little flange in there so we can glue that, because we're not wanting to spot weld throughout the middle of there. And then just extra body work we got to do. But so we're gonna get it set up there with some Clecos. And if y'all haven't seen that before, it's a little plunger. It's like 3 things in there, and you push, it goes up like that, and then when you release, it'll pull it tight to the panel. So I'll stick it in there. Oh, then I left these little tabs too, and then we'll go in after and then cut them out, so that will help us to line up. So put that in. Try not to get any glue all over our fingers. So we're just gonna keep working our way around, putting these Clecos in. And then we're gonna end up using the pro spot on the bottom section. That clamped in. So there we go. And then we're just gonna work our way around. We're gonna line everything up and just start working our way around, tack everything in with a TIG. And then once it's tacked in, we'll cut those little tabs off, pull those out, and then run the whole thing around, hammer and dolly it. And then the firewall will be done.
All right, Rockford, what are we about to do?
Do some sketchy stuff. Hope it works out. But we're gonna cut this flange off. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but to me it's a good idea. So on these cabs, you get that seam running across the back. Yeah, it was seam sealed from the factory. And what a lot of people end up doing is they'll end up silicone bronze or braze or just MIG weld that. But you can't get to the backside because of the flange. So you can't hammer and dolly it. But we now have the ability to get to all this because the inner skin's not on. So with the inner skin out, we can get to that backside. So I'm thinking we cut the flange off on the back panel and the roof skin, then we can get it to butt up real nice, and then we'll TIG weld the back of the cab, and then we can hammer and dolly it out so it's real smooth, so we're not having to do a whole bunch of filler or fiberglass filler or anything on that back side. But I don't really know how we can get a nice perfect gap and know that it's fitted on there good, because you can't like lay it over and scribe it, and then, you know, because we're dealing with something that's already there. So I hope it works out, is what we're gonna do.
It sounds good. Sounds good in theory.
I know. Me and Max have been going back and forth going like, you know what I mean? If we just if you just cut it here, you know what I mean. So
I have faith it's gonna work out.
all right, I think it worked. I think it worked.
I think it worked too.
I think it worked. Kevin, I think it worked.
I think it worked.
Yeah, it's after 5, so Kevin's back here.
I'm here.
But we cut that flange off, and now it's just mock-up, so we'll trim it a little bit more. But we got that nice seam just to weld up around. Okay, it looks worse from the inside, but it's not that bad. We'll tighten it up. But we can get to the backside and hammer and dolly it. So I think that worked. I think that'll be a clean look. What do you think?
Snip, snip, player, snip, snip. Got all along inside of the door frame and the windshield on both sides.
Whoops, I let it down too fast.
Yeah, this thing is a
It's
bit
okay though.
it's a bit cumbersome, but we did it and the roof is on.
And so what we've been working on now is dynamatting all the areas that we will not be able to get to later, which is this section, because then that back wall covers down to here, and then it gets welded there and there, so you won't be able to get to any of this later. So we went ahead and dynamat it, then up into the pillar a little bit, and then we just took the roof skin off, so we're going to clean all that and then start dynamatting the outer skin, and then we got the inner skin here. So we're gonna dynamat all that, put all that back in, and spot weld it all in. And then the cab is virtually done. You know, that's pretty much it. We've already started kind of fitting the doors. So still need to work on the gap a little bit more, but it's pretty close. I don't want to get too crazy with gapping it. You know, not until we have the front end on to make sure it all looks right. But, oh yeah, we just still have the dash. We still have the dash. But we're gonna make the dash removable. So that might be in another video of how to make it removable. So, but yeah, cab's almost done. So let's get this stuff dynamatted. All right, I got everything laid out now, you know, and it's just kind of pushed down by hand. It still needs to come down some more. So I'm gonna come in now, just make sure everything's pushed down really good. I'm gonna get a roller in here, make sure everything's adhered how it should be. And then we need to move on to the roof, clean that, and then do that part as well. And then hopefully get rid of that. Dong. All right. Did it do it? Oh yeah. That's
the ticket.
That's legit. That's legit. This thing is super solid. Gotta see this. It weighs a little bit more now. Oh wait. Max, tap on this. That's crazy. Throw a beat down. Nice.
Hey.
Nice. Nice. All right, let's put this thing in. Do what?
You should fix her head where it's pointed upright and just fill up her cone with food so she can slowly eat her way out of it.
That's
Like the little hungry hippo.
That's so sad. This dog just got spayed, and they're talking about just giving it endless food.
She needs a cookie. She deserves a cookie.
You deserve the cookie.
Yeah, I guess
But we got the roof skin in, and the back panel. So now all we gotta do is spot weld this guy in. It sounds way better. Boy, that sounds good. It sounds like a, boy, that sounds like a Mercedes or something. Oh yeah, I just want to keep tapping it. It's crazy. Yeah. Nice.
That's good.
All right, that's it. The cab's put together, roof skin's welded in, everything's there. So all we gotta do now is put the front end on, gap the doors, gap the front end. I mean, we got a brand new truck. So that's what you get with a combination of great parts from AMD, you know, a killer, you know, equipment using the Pro Spot, and some people that kind of know what they're doing. So, I mean, this thing is awesome. All brand new parts, no rust, great insulation. So, Max, what are you thinking?
Man, I'm thinking it's looking good. It's looking really good.
Yeah, Daryl.
Thinking that it's Friday Eve, the day after Christmas.
I know.
And
Everybody's
tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. Shop Christmas outing.
Shop Christmas out.
So basically, no one's doing anything today.
My hair looks good.
Oh gosh,
Does it look good?
it does look good.
All right, sweet.
Always looks good.
You should show everybody
Bondo.
what OSFO does to.
Bondo's still in the
OSFO
cone.
takes the color out of your clothes if you get it on there.
That's OSFO.
That is what OSFO does.
It's kind of you could like tie dye a shirt with that,
You could, man. But it's crazy. It turned it red.
huh? I would have thought it would like bleached it,
You would have think it would have just like
huh?
turned it red.
I don't know. Also, check this little thing out. Check this guy out. That's this truck.
The spirit of 76.
Just, you know, a 164th model of it. But
We should do a request. Does anybody have a 1976 bicentennial Hall County, Georgia license plate?
yes,
We are in dire need of that license
We
plate.
gonna need that.
we're gonna need that.
We need that plate.
We ain't gonna
need
pay
that
for it.
plate.
We're just gonna take it.
No,
We need that plate.
We'll pay for it. We'll pay for it.
We'll take it. Cash.
Cash or blood.
Or blood. Or leftover Christmas cookies.
Leftover Christmas butter cookies.
Butter cookies for everyone.
All right. Well, that's it. That's it on the cab. We'll see y'all when we move to the front end and move the gap in and hopefully build a frame soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, if we can get the K10. We got to get a K10 so we can get the frame, because we have a two-wheel drive frame. So we're going to get a four-wheel drive frame. But we'll get to that. All right, that's it.